Hey, what's up, everybody? It's rock comedian and huge Kiss fan Don Jameson, and you're listening to the #1 ranked Kiss podcast, the Shout It Out Loud cast. Shout It Out Loud cast. Shout it out loud. With Tom and Zeus.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Shout It Out Loudcast. Don't turn your radio dial. You're in the right place because the album review crew is back with episode number 42. We are calling this one The Conversations with Pretty Penny Kill. I'd head down the interstate to get away, but it's like I'm stuck in Vasoline. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Because I got these supposed 12 gracious melodies to listen to while I go numb. Tommy and Zeus, can I friend ask you why you picked this fucking album?
Well, I'll let Zeus answer this. It's his. First of all, welcome everybody. It's nice to be back. Zeus, go ahead. This is you.
Because I think I've name dropped this album probably about 50 times since we started our podcast. Might as well get to it, right, Tom?
Yeah. And let's be serious. I mean, going from the Bullet Boys to Purple, that is like going from a package of bagel bites to like a filet dinner at a fine restaurant.
Wait, bagel bites rock.
Right. So does Bullet Boys when you're drunk and it's 1 a.m.
All right.
Starting to love already.
Yes. But as usual, we have to look at last time's selection, and it was Sonny's pick, and he took the Bullet Boys debut. I know we did a poll. I think we did.
Yep,
Tom,
did.
What was that result?
Yep. So the 4 options, this was kind of a no surprise poll. The 4 options are for favorite song off the album: Hard as a Rock, Smooth Up in Ya, Kissin' Kitty, and Shoot the Preacher Down. I can't even say the friggin' song title without laughing. And to no surprise, Smooth Up in Ya wins the poll 61%. Hard as a Rock comes in at 22%. Kissin' Kitty at 10%. Shoot the Preacher Down at 8%. A couple comments here from the poll in the episode. We had a couple write-ins for F number 9, which was interesting. Saint Van Halen says, "Does this mean you didn't like the cover of For Love of Money? That's a banger." No, it's not. Yeah. Oh, Brian Hecht said, "Something scary happened to me while I was listening to this episode. I agreed with Sonny on everything." Though that is terrifying. That's a terrifying thing. Our buddy Scott Rifen says, "Why, Sonny Pooney? Why?" Oh, and then we had some really wonderful memes of Frederick Douglass mock Torian.
He's going for the Frederick Douglass look.
Ken Renton chimed in on Sonny's Rock Hard selection, not Hard as a Rock. He said, "Derailed was not direct to video. I saw it opening weekend in the theater. Great movie, and it made $36 million domestic." So there's your trivia for Derailed. We actually had a lot of people submitting photos of seeing Bullet Boys live, which was kind of cool, I guess. Vet Halen chimed in with a screenshot of his TV guide. And he says, "I've been watching this show for a half hour and they haven't mentioned the Bullet Boys at all yet. And it is an HBO documentary on Frederick Douglass' 5 greatest speeches." All right. But that's the fun we had with Twitter. Surprisingly, Sonny, I got to give you credit. A lot of the Bullet Boys fans came out of the woodwork and supported you on this pick, which is good. That's good. I'm glad to see that. So what do you got on the Book of Face?
All right. Yeah. Our buddy Scott Sadowski of the Kiss Cruise fame.
Yes.
I always enjoyed this album. High school years.
Nice.
Stephen Holden. Well, Chief, what is up with you? I am hoarse from shouting at the car stereo at your outrageous, disparaging remarks about this awesome debut album.
Nice.
Paul Heider, Sonny Pooney. Hey, I think you might be my only hope for getting this one on ARC. It's something called Dirty Looks. Who the fuck is that?
Oh, God, yeah.
So your hope just ended because I don't like them.
Jack Pinocchio put a nice meme of me and you with our heads on and Sonny doing the back and to the left comment.
Oh, yeah.
Nicolino says, I've always said that Frederick Douglass looks like the dude from Police Academy. Tell me he doesn't. That Pooney sure can't pick him. A little tidbit, Mark sang vocals on Sweetest Victory from the Rocky IV soundtrack with a band called
correct.
Touch. That's him?
Yep.
I know that
Jesus.
song.
Yep.
Great album review and one of my favorites. Next one will probably be fucking Maroon 5.
I love Maroon 5.
Stop it. No, you don't.
I'm still
Sugar,
laughing.
animals.
Oh,
Absolutely.
G-string shivers.
Oh, we love the G-string shivers.
Oh. Kevin Japsan.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
What's not to like? This is just a fun rocking record. A couple clunkers, but I'm with Sonny Pooney. This just makes you feel good. Or Hard as a Rock. Hard as a Rock is one of the greatest 80s hard rock songs ever.
Oh, boy.
Ronnie Bachowski. My band opened for the Bullet Boys 15 years ago. What? Well, we were supposed to. It was literally at an Italian restaurant where they had bands playing the weekends. Shows the level they were at the time. The owner was a huge 80s rock fan and shelled out a shitload of money just to fly them to Pittsburgh in hopes that they would pack his restaurant bar. Long story short, once they arrived, they were so messed up, when the owner of the restaurant went to pick them up, they were being arrested for public drunkenness at the airport. So they never made that show that night, and we end up having to play the whole night. True story.
Wow. That's awesome.
Michael Murphy just simply says, fuck you.
You sure you didn't say 1, 2, fuck you?
No, he didn't say that.
I think that's a stamp of approval for the pick, by the way.
Okay.
Yes.
Joey Romanek.
America's favorite realtor.
Are the girls that are interested in Sonny Pooney's Get Busy playlist all located in the Niagara Falls area?
You wouldn't know her. She lives in Niagara Falls. Is that different from the Sonny Pooney Bang Zone playlist?
Yes, it's two different things.
Two different okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in his wheelhouse, in his Bang Zone. And
The wheelhouse playlist is different.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
3
true
different
too.
playlists.
Okay. Our buddy Gary Cap.
Yeah, angry airport Gary.
Excellent choice. Only album I like from these guys.
It's the only album they like from themselves.
LP Storlino wrote,
Oh,
"Who?
no.
Lonnie Vincent?"
What?
And he writes, "These aren't what you would call famous people."
Sonny, serious question. Did Bullet Boys have a reach overseas, or were they just like a U.S. thing?
Just pretty much U.S. I'm
Okay.
sure they played the festivals in Europe or whatever every once in a while, but they're a U.S. band.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Frederick Douglass. Michael Murphy. As usual, great episode, guys. I was beginning to get a little worried as Sonny has had some good picks of late. I can now breathe a sigh of relief knowing that the Sonny we know and love is back, baby. This is vintage, awful Sonny pick. I couldn't be happier. Still, Bullet Boys is Zeppelin 4 compared to Bad English. Also, ranking this higher than Rage Against the Machine. I think we both did that.
Yeah, you did.
What a little hope I have for humanity is gone.
See, Michael Murphy, thanks, brother. We share a little brain on that episode.
Is that a positive thing?
No, it's not. That's the problem.
Wait till you hear my next pick.
Oh,
Mike, don't drive by any bridges. A couple of months.
Just drive off of it now. Yeah, because after this episode, after we do purple, it's the Patreon pick. All bets are off.
Our buddy Paul Hader says, I'm starting to like the cut of your jib. He was talking about me. Bullet Boys ahead of Rage Against the Machine. Oh, Tony Barone says, Sonny Pooney, you forgot to mention Greta Van Fleet is the next Led Zeppelin. Over on Instagram, our buddy Radio Chaos says, Primal Scream by Motley Crue is a direct copy of Smooth Up In Ya. Virtual note for note. Primal Scream came out in 91. Thoughts, Sonny?
I'm hearing it in my head, and I don't hear it. I'd have to hear them side by side because I don't think the tempo's not the same.
The drums are kind of like that rolling drum beat.
Yeah, but isn't Primal Scream?
No, it's slow. It's a slow song.
Primal Scream and shout.
Yeah, and then the verses are slow, kind of like Smooth Up In Ya.
Oh, I'd have to listen to it.
Yeah.
Over on YouTube, Cody Brunette, 3547. This is a decent album, but I have 4 things to say about it. Shoot the Preacher Down would be the 3rd best song on Diver Down or 1984. Holy shit. Wow.
We've had some we've had some bad takes on this show. Cody Brunette, wow.
You made the list, as Jericho would say.
Man.
Kissing Kitty is the heaviest riff C.C. DeVille ever wrote.
I like that one.
3, when they took the riff from Van Halen's I'm the One for Crank It Up, they should have taken the lyrics too.
Okay, fair.
4, the first 2 Faster Pussycat albums blow this out of the water.
Yes.
Oh my God, no.
That is correct. He's
Ass
right.
Pollution is not better than the Bullet Boys.
Ass Pollution.
Slurry God. I had a buddy of mine that always thought he was singing Smooth the Finger. I don't know.
It's the unedited version.
While I love all your guys' shows, I got to bust your balls on some things.
Uh-oh.
Chief, there is no comparison between the Bullet Boys and that god-awful greeting, screeching, and awful guitar playing of the Vinnie Vincent Invasion. Then to top that, Sonny, a Bullet Boys to Cinderella and Tesla. Are you fucking kidding me? Obviously, they never listened to Long Cold Winter or the Great Radio Controversy. The Bullet Boys are not in the same league. And lastly, while I'm happy for your success about the commercials, were annoying as hell. Keep up the good work and peace out. If you listen to us on YouTube, we don't control commercials there. Fucking
no, we don't control commercials almost at all.
Exactly.
Especially on YouTube. On YouTube.
Yeah, there's nothing to do with us. No. You just hit skip and you wait. That's what sucks. YouTube was great when it was free and no commercials, buddy. But that time is long gone.
Yep.
Problem on YouTube is you can't really skip, right? Sometimes
you got to wait 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
But on an audio, at least I can go.
Boop, yes, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that's why people complain about fucking commercials on thing. I don't get it. Just hit fast forward 10, 15.
Because we're spoiled. Because we live in the friggin' Netflix world. People are spoiled. Fucking skip forward. That's why they invented the fast forward button on these things.
Marty White. To this day, I refuse to give this band a chance because of one word: boys. Bullet makes them seem tough. Then boys. Ooh, they must be bad boys. Bad.
I like that analysis. The only thing that would have made that worse is if it was spelled with a Z instead of an S at the end. Yeah. Sonny just said, should they have called themselves Bullet Men?
It's like, what are they supposed to do?
Machine gun men. Maybe that would have been an upgrade of a Bullet Boys.
Pretty Men Floyd.
Pretty Men Floyd.
I don't know what's at 30.59, but former Big Hair says, Sonny, you are out of your fucking mind. Give me a second. I'm going to find out what's at 30.59.
What did I say at 30.59?
I don't know. I'm going to find out right now.
This is on YouTube. Okay, so Sonny probably said that this album is better than Tesla or something.
30,
Oh, give me a second. I have to
early.
wait 5 seconds to fast forward the commercial.
Oh, God damn it.
It's got to be he was in Rat, maybe, or something like that. Or he was going to be an Aussie.
30 minutes in, we're probably still doing feedback at the time.
So what he's saying is, somebody had just said, there's supposed to be the next Van Halen. I'm listening to the guitarist, and he's no fucking Van Halen. But I'm listening to the singer, and he's 10 times better than David Lee Roth.
Yeah, I remember that.
He is.
That's
not untrue.
I love the hot takes on this show.
That's not untrue, though. That's fact.
You know what I always like to say about things like that? People compare success. That guy from the Bullet Boys, success versus David Lee Roth is a joke.
Oh,
but you
not
might
even close.
say he's a better singer, even though he's in a very untalented band. Whatever. I get it.
All jokes aside, Sonny, I think the problem is vocal talent. Mark Torian probably is better than David Lee Roth. But I think the problem is people think David Lee Roth, frontman, jumping off the stage, doing splits, singing friggin' Unchained with Eddie Van Halen.
Writing
none of that
lyrics.
matters.
Yeah, you got to take all that shit out of it.
I was just going to say, none of that matters. That's not what you're talking about. You're talking about voice, period.
Voice.
Yeah,
period.
but it goes back
Sammy
to,
doesn't do any of that shit either.
Right.
But going back to that stuff, it's like, I have a band. These guys tried out. Who do you take?
David Lee Roth.
Oh, Frederick Douglass.
Visually, yeah.
You take if you're looking for a front man to take over a band, you want David Lee Roth. He's
100%.
His singing is good enough, but his charisma and his antics.
And he writes lyrics, does he not?
Roth?
Yeah.
Both do.
No, but I'm saying, but David Lee Roth's lyrics are fucking. Van Halen, I know they're not considered fucking Bob Dylan, but they're good rock lyrics.
Yeah, they're also not writing Kissin' Kitty.
Which is awesome.
But my point is that David Lee Roth can write good rock lyrics. He's a lyricist. He can actually write songs too.
Right.
Give him that.
So can Torian.
Dude.
What? Oh,
Beautiful Girls versus fucking Kissin' Kitty.
I take Kissing Kitty any day of the week.
Oh, God. Poor
And that was at 22.6 or whatever.
Oh, man. All right.
All right. So the email I got is from Anthony Barone.
Yes.
ARC Bullet Boys, even though Sonny's picks are usually interesting, I do have to admit I did appreciate all the background facts and history that he provided on Bullet Boys, which I never knew about. Very cool. This is why ARC rocks. And, that's just a little bit of the history lesson, right? It matters when you're doing this stuff.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. No, good email. And then we have a 2-part email from Penelope Red. Sonny, do you know what this email is about or no? All right.
No.
Penelope Red says, the Bullet Boys, seriously? A desert island album? I guess nobody should be surprised, but there it is. Being that I listen to mostly online rock radio from the 80s and 90s, I've actually heard some of these songs before. I don't want to bash this pick because it could have been way worse, which is why I and maybe many thought this episode was put on delay. Oh, that's right. I never heard about any connection to Rat before, which was kind of surprising. The debut album is nowhere near as good as Out of the Cellar, but I do think it is better than the Rat album Detonator. Well, that's how you know Sonny wrote this.
Yeah, exactly.
I had forgotten the challenge I posed, making my own suggestion. Sonny is only going to believe his pick is better than mine just because they managed to get radio video airplay. Don't be fooled by his overview, after all. I wasn't going to choose an obvious, amazing album by someone that everybody has likely heard. Where's the fun in that? Every member of Red Sea is much better at their respective roles than these goofs in the Bullet Boys. Okay. At some point, Sonny has to get better at his selections. It just might not be too soon. This one scores in the top portion of his updated selections, so celebrate that as a victory. Bye for now. And then there's a follow-up. Oh, God. This is Sonny Wikipediaing weapons and ammunition. I almost forgot the album cover. Unless the whole creation is Photoshop, the apple is likely pierced by a fully loaded cartridge, not just sitting on an empty casing. The rest is fake, since an apple would pretty much disintegrate from a high-velocity rifle round, which created less drag. Buy again. Oh, boy. That's
Did you get an email about a fucking album cover?
Hey, why not? We talked about it, and that's feedback. Finishing off with the glorious Penelope Red. There you go.
Thank God.
Yep.
Well, time to move on.
Okay.
And it's grunge territory now.
Woohoo!
Height of grunge territory, 1994.
Mm-hmm.
So my turn, I took Purple. I've been talking about this album for quite some time. We're at college at this point. My hair metal CDs started putting on the lower part of the rack, and all my grunge albums started coming up. Right when we were junior years in college, Versus had just come out. We already started getting the rest of the whole grunge albums that fit into our 5-disc player. I already had Core, and I liked it. Didn't think like STP was anything different or special or like my pick of those new type of artists we were listening to. But we were kind of going on the next album of all the big bands. And this was the next album. And when this came out and I listened to it, and Big Empty was first on the radio coming out, and then all of a sudden you have Vasoline and everything else, I gravitated to them, and I took them as, okay, from Pearl Jam and all these guys, I like these guys better. And I fell in love with this album right from the start. Played it nonstop. It was always in rotation. Had it from the beginning. Fell in love with this thing. I think I've had 3 different copies of this. I've lost the CD a million times or overplayed it or whatever. But yeah, Purple was just an album that has a lot of nostalgia for me, a lot of good memories. And it's just one of those albums that I can put on. I'm in a mood. I can listen to it all the way through. I don't skip a thing. And I even all the way through to the second album, 12 Gracious Melody, worth listening. Go on. Who wants to hit the next line? Anyone?
Not me.
Damn. But anyways, I fell in love with this. And you know what the best part about falling in love with this album? My friends all loved it too. Mm-hmm. So when we played it, we all wanted to listen to it, and we all fucking fell in love with this. Mm-hmm. I love Purple. I've always loved Purple. I think it came out about a couple of weeks ago, the anniversary stuff. And so I've been talking about it for a while. So when my pick came around, I'm like, why fuck around? Let me just get it over with and pick this album. So that's what I took. So guys.
All right. So this album's coming out. I'm 22. Music I'm into is quickly dying off. I went from seeing the bands I wanted to see in arenas to seeing some of those in clubs. So I'm home one night, probably hammered, and, watching MTV in the background. That's what I did at 22, probably. I hear this one song. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it was Sex Type Thing. So it was MTV Sex Type Thing that is like, what is that? Just like kind of like Man of the Box did for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in at Core. I bought Core, loved it, saw them live at the Paradise Lounge, San Francisco, 92. I'm like, what in the hell is Weiland doing on stage, dude?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, he's either hammered or he's on drugs. There is something going on there.
Mm-hmm.
A year later, they came back, and they were still opening, but they were opening for Robert Plant. And then a year later, about mid-94, I saw them headline with Meat Puppets opening. So
nice.
There was something I liked. I couldn't quite place what I liked. I liked the music. I liked what Scott was kind of doing. And then later I kind of realized they got a lot of Kiss elements to them. It's just heavier and faster, but there is a lot of Kiss in there. That's probably what attracted me. So I've owned this album since the day it came out. I loved Core so much that when I knew this album was coming out, I was going to go buy it immediately. How I feel about it, I guess I'll leave for later. But yeah, it was Sex Type Thing that drew me in.
Yeah, I'm saying that. I mean, this was the sweet spot for us. This is college, and I remember when Core came out. I've always been a Core guy. We'll get to how I feel about Purple later, but when Core came out, I remember Sex Type Thing, and then Plush. I was like, holy shit! Here's like the greatest song I've ever heard. Like in the last 20 years, is Plush. To this day, it's still incredible. spent the first few years of college listening to Core nonstop, or at least I did. I loved it. And then the summer of after junior year, couple weeks after we moved home after junior year, early June 94, Purple comes out. And I remember exactly buying it out. I remember exactly buying it the day it came out. Going home, listening to it back in the old days, liner notes, reading the lyrics, looking at everything. And I was like, holy shit. This band has elevated themselves. Like, as much as I love Core, Purple is like, wow. Like, they are checking off all kinds of boxes on this album. And it was just, it's Sonny, you said it perfectly with the Kiss elements. And I think the reason why Stone Temple Pilots at the time stood out a little bit differently, they really changed after this album. There was a little bit like Weiland was like a showman. Like there was like they weren't like quote unquote like gloomy like Soundgarden or Alice in Chains or Nirvana or they had some energy. They were excited about what they were doing. They would perform. They were a rock band, which is what they should be, a rock band. But they had those elements of the grunge and the alternative. And I think Purple really, I mean, I might like Core better than Purple. Maybe we'll talk about that later, but Purple to me is one of those albums that perfectly represents the talent of a band, the musicianship, the songwriting, the singing, just this album is legendary as it should be for multiple reasons, including, in my opinion, two of the greatest songs of this entire era. Which we'll get into, but Purple to me is it's one of those albums that you feel like it so well that when Zeus picked it, I was like, I don't even need to listen to this to prepare for this episode. But of course, I spent the last month listening to it, and it was like, at the risk of sounding a little bit corny here, it was like revisiting like an old friend, spending all this time with this album again and revisiting it now at my age. And I was like, God damn it. This fucking album is incredible. It's so good. And I love the fact that 30 years later, we could say that, or at least me and Zeus can say that, when we get into it. So, yeah, I'm excited. Stone Temple Pilots. And I was lucky enough to see them. Saw them in 2000 in Boston. We had an alternative rock station called WBCN. And on the heels of the success of Lollapalooza, they started doing this thing called the River Rave. And it started at small venues like the Sheds. And then they moved to Foxborough Stadium where the Patriots play. And in 2000, Stone Temple Pilots headlined it. And, yeah, it's just incredible. Only time I got to see them. Happy I was able to do that. But yeah, Stone Temple Pilots. And you know, what's funny, Sonny, listen to your comments. I think STP is the band of that era that kind of pulls people in, kind of like because of what you said, like the rock star, the Kiss elements. They're not Alice in Chains. They're not Soundgarden. So.
Yeah, the thing that always impresses me about STP is like, so you go back to this and everyone's mind goes, oh, Scott Weiland. But then you're like, musicianship on this band, in the album is off the charts.
Yep.
Like the music that they come up with, it's both. It works because of the band and it works because of the lead singer. Mm-hmm. There's not a weakness in this fucking band. They all work on the music. The drumming in this album is incredible. The vocals, the lyrics, the rhythm, the guitar, the riffs, the bassist comes up with a lot of the songs. Mm-hmm. Everybody's doing something in this band. And yeah, you are right, Tom. I feel like of all the bands, this band took a bigger leap on their second album. Like, let's try this.
Yep.
And if you go to Tiny Music, the next album, and then you go back to Core, you see where this album fits in right in the middle, because there's some experimental shit on this album, but it still works. And there's some hardcore Core songs on this album that we can pick them out. Oh, that's from Core. That's a Core type song. And then there's other stuff like, oh, I can see the direction they're going. And they can pull it all off. They can do that country, alt, bluesy, hard rock, progressive, you name it. They can fucking pull it off. And it's because the charisma, the musicianship, and the lyrics, and they're cool, and they were likable. Dude, the band came out to a concert wearing Kiss makeup one time.
Yep.
And performed in concert. How can we not love them?
Yep.
Right.
And it's funny you mentioned it, and their first 3 album trajectory to me is almost identical to Pearl Jam. Core is very basic but awesome. 10 is very basic but awesome. Then you get to Verses in Purple. They start to change. They start to incorporate some acoustic, some more experimental, some heavy, some real different things. Then Pearl Jam goes to Vitalogy and gets crazy. Stone Temple Pilots goes to Tiny Music and gets crazy.
The only thing I would say, Tom, is I think Pearl Jam made that big of a leap when they went to No Code. I mean, I guess so.
Well, yeah, but listen.
Number four is even worse in the alternative direction than even Tiny Music, because Tiny Music still has Bang Bang You and Tripping on a Paper Hole in a Paper Heart.
Yeah,
those still can fit. But I get it. I mean, I like that they experimented. I like that they had the balls to change. Oh yeah, we're a Pearl Jam clone, because remember when this was coming out, although they sold like 8 million of Core, people still calling them a Pearl Jam clone.
Yeah, because Sex Type Thing and Plush sounded like Pearl Jam songs at the time.
Yeah, I mean, because he pulls off the Joycey voice. But when this came out, it completely said, oh, yeah, check us out. And then people started going, oh, whoa, this is way different. And critics started liking them where they didn't on the first album. So it's a big leap. Let's get into the album itself. The cover. Oh, the little geisha boy. Ooh.
Stupid fucking cover. I can't wait to rank this.
Say what you want. Is this not typical of that era? All these alternative bands. Oh, you want something strange? Look at this. Look at this avant-garde cover. Look at this stupidity of shit. I don't know what this is, but supposedly on the cover, that's purple in Chinese.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The little geisha boy is riding a girl. I don't know what the fuck it is. Riding a little dragon, Chinese dragon and stuff.
He's riding what's called a Quinlan, Quilin. It's a legendary hooved chimerical creature that appears in Chinese mythology, said to appear with the imminent arrival or passing of a sage or illustrious ruler. Okay. Now, all right, just play his fucking music, Stone Temple. I think I'm smart. And then the Bullet Boys are like, we're just going to shoot an apple with a gun. Like, so we don't care.
This is overthinking it. It is what it is. Now,
it's of the era. It's like, ooh, we're so experimental and intellectual and alternative.
You have no idea what we're thinking. And check this out. We're going to fool you with thoughts 15 steps ahead. Like, dude, just fucking put a cover of cherry pie and a fucking chick holding a pie between her tits.
Exactly. Sonny, what are your thoughts on the little boy riding the cool little dragon?
Yeah, I never quite understood this album cover. The other thing is, were they big in China?
No,
I don't think so.
Right? So,
no.
So I was thinking about this today. It's a reach.
Oh boy, here we go.
But it's their second album.
Yep.
Kiss did the same thing with Hotter Than Hell with the Japanese symbols, and they had never been to Japan.
This is why Sonny Pooney is part of the album review crew. That's right.
Maybe.
So is it possible that it's somewhat of an ode to Kiss?
It could be. And let's remember that Hotter Than Hell photo shoot had, correct me if I'm wrong, like geisha style women in that photo shoot.
That's right.
Remember that?
Dude, wait a minute. I thought geisha is Chinese and stuff, right? This is Chinese.
Yeah,
this was Japanese. So I'm sure the Chinese and Japanese people go,
okay.
I didn't say it was the same. What I said was, is it a nod to Kiss because they're doing it on their second album?
I like it, Sonny. You know what? I want to go with that just because it sounds good. Well, and then the
back cover thing doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, okay, it's a cake. I like cake. I don't know what all this other shit is on there.
Just put the
what this other shit is?
Put the track listing on the goddamn album. Oh, I can't stand that.
This is the era. This is rip-off Pearl Jam shit with the handwritten lyrics and with miscellaneous shit crossed out and stupid shit. This is Pearl Jam shit written all over it.
Yep.
Now, is that on them or is that on Atlantic? That's not on them. They don't.
They designed the art.
Weiland didn't say write the lyrics in the thing.
No, but they're
You
in
don't
charge
think
of,
they
like,
saw this or something like, dude, didn't that Pearl Jam do that with all their albums?
They don't get a fucking choice. It's Atlantic Records.
Yeah, but the band has a lot of input into like artwork and they might not create
Dude,
it
we get
themselves,
accused
but
of ripping them off. Let's do our inner albums just like them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't think they had a choice.
maybe. I don't know. All I know is the picture of Scott Weiland. Good. I mean, we know how he was like kind of a androgynous at the time, but that picture of him, that if you gave me $1 million, I would never guess that Scott Weiland with a cigarette in his mouth.
Okay. Do you want to? Does he look like hook-upable or something? Was he look good
Maybe.
looking?
Hey, give me a couple beers. They're all hook-upable.
Hook-upable. Dude, all I know
Is
is
that a word?
the fucking guitar player, Dean DeLeo, is he the one that's like fucking 6'10"? One of them is a fucking giant.
I
And
don't know.
he looks like that political commentator that wears the pearls as a guy.
What?
Yeah, it's a guy. He looks just like him. I'll send you a picture. I
Oh,
forget
God.
his name.
Yeah.
But
So anyways, I've always thought the cover was just stupid. I don't like it.
All right. Let's go into the album itself. Released, as Tom said, June 7th, 1994. Produced by the one and only of that era, Brendan O'Brien.
The man.
So he either produced or mixed or did something involved with these type of albums. 10 versus Core. Get a Grip from Aerosmith. Super Unknown. The Temple of the Dog. Jackal. Yeah. What the fuck? That doesn't fit in there. But Brendan O'Brien is a fucking legend. And he was really hands-on on this making of this album. The album went to number 1. It stayed there for 3 weeks. It sold over 6 million copies at this point. Rolling Stone has it as number 24 on the greatest grunge albums. It was also number 73 in Guitar World's greatest guitar albums of all time. Never thought it would be in something like that. Yeah. And obviously it's their second studio album following Core. And let's get to the tracks. First track is called Meat Plow.
Okay, so meat plow. What exactly is a meat plow? Well, I Google schmoogled it. The Urban Dictionary says it refers to the shape of a penis, and the way to use it in a sentence is he plows through the interior of the vagina.
Oh, Jesus.
Alrighty. So Google Schmoogle also says that Meat Plow by Stone Temple Pilots explores the idea of using strength through love to overcome difficult times and mental breakdowns. I have no idea what that means. I like that the song started immediately. I like the verses better than the chorus. The song's weird because it like rocks and kind of plods at the same time. It's really weird. That creepy harmonizing chorus thing, they're trying to do it like Alice in Chains. They don't have it perfected. Alice in Chains just pulls it off better. Scott, I was thinking about, people calling him Eddie Vedder. He's always been more Jim Morrison to me. I'm a Doors fan.
Interesting.
So to me, he's always been, and Jim was a little bit crazy on stage too. So maybe that's what it is. Great buzzing guitar riff. Love the lyrics. What I thought was interesting, and I don't know if you noticed this in the pre-chorus, but they got these pictures of everything. To break us down, to break me down. So it almost like they're taking shots at us, but I don't think they're actually taking shots at us. They're taking shots at me. They're saying the band's fine and that I'm the problem, right? So it's kind of interesting how he's talking to folks and he's almost standing up for the band, but then pissed off that they're talking about him and not the band. I don't know. I thought it was a good song. I don't know if I would have opened the album with it, but I thought it was a good song.
Yeah, well, speaking of the opening, I actually think it's kind of a smart move to open with this because I think this is probably the most Core-like song on the album. So I think opening with it, I think, is a nice transition for listeners to be like, oh, okay, I love Core. This is good because I think the guitar tone and I think kind of like the heaviness of it this could be a Core song, I think. But Sonny, you brought up a good point. I had this written in my notes too. When you kind of the song, it's funny because it has that main riff and that main kind of vocal melody, but there's a lot of transitions in the song. It's like it does this, and like there's like a bridge, then there's like another like chorus, pre-chorus type thing, but they put it all together and it really makes sense and it flows well. And I think the fact that it's not a long song, it's 3.5 minutes long, which is a perfect length for a song. I think they just do a really good job with it.
All right, so I'm going to say it once. All the songs are written by Scott Weiland. The music is by different members of the band, but all the lyrics are Scott Weiland, so I won't have to repeat myself. So I also had looked up what meat plow was. I saw it in Urban Dictionary, and then in slang, number 2, what a meat plow is. A bitch who's fat or overweight, especially if she...
I like that better.
Especially she wears clothes that are too tight, can often be found supersizing value meals.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is
I didn't see this.
Yeah,
where was that?
On slang. I remember because I had looked this thing up when I had done on Baco has that grunge thing he did a while back, and we talked about purple. And I remember looking it up, and it said something about supersizing value meals. I'm like, that is way too specific. Somebody's just trying to be mean now. I can't believe that's what meat plow means. But anyways, I think this song is about his dick. For instance, he's got a lover, and she shows him how. And his brother does the same thing. So the lover is showing him how to use his dick when he fucks, and the brother is telling him how to jerk off. I don't know, but it makes no other sense any other way.
I'm gonna jump in right here because it's the first song on the album. I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about in any of these songs, and I'm not even going to pretend to try to decipher them. Most of it is word salad.
Yeah, we probably should have talked about this before we even started getting into the tracks. You are absolutely right. I've always said about Scott Weiland and his lyrics, they're in English. They're words I recognize. I just don't understand what they mean together. I am reading them. I have no idea what this is about. None. It's just,
and some of the songs you can hear. It's not like Eddie Vedder. I can understand what Scott Weiland is saying, and I'm like, I don't.
Okay. I know that word. I know that word.
It's
I know
random,
that word.
Yeah, it's
I don't
random
know what they
phrases
mean together. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's just fucking. It's not straightforward rock. It's that whole fucking era, alternative. Let me be coy. Let me hide what I'm really saying, and people can decipher it.
Yeah, he's not giving it. Scott Weiland is not doing the G-string shivers with anybody on this album.
This isn't fucking Take It Off.
Exactly.
Right? This isn't Cherry Pie. It's not fucking Smooth Up in Ya.
Nope.
It's like, huh?
Yep.
Anyways, it's a heavy opening. And I love the beginning. We have our friend Joyce who used to talk in a deep voice and go, hey, is any mixers? And any Eddie Vedder voices we would hear, he uses this Joyce voice when he goes, fine place for a day for a breakdown. And it's a little Axel-ish voice, or that it's so easy Axel voice that he has. And I love when he says on that last line from the lyric, got a bullet, but it ain't mine. And just very, just only one that can do that and all these grunge singers. He changes the tone in his voice, and he adds that little Axel-ish part to it. This is a very core type song I put, and you could tell in the songs which are core kind of leftovers, what they were doing and what were like, hey, let's try something new. This is a fun song to sing if you're playing it in the car and you try to sing along to this. The whole to break us down, it's just typical of core type kind of choruses and stuff. The drums are awesome on this, and so the guitar. I like the solo, and the only thing I would just say about this fucking stupid title, but I don't mind this as the opener. I just wish they had a different song title, Meat Plow.
Yep.
Just fucking stop. All right, let's get to the second track.
Vaseline. All right. So great drum beat to start, turned into a great guitar riff. I like the pace of the song. That whole flies in the Vaseline, life in the fast lane.
I'm not buying it either.
I'm not buying it. It sounds like Gene and Paul type quote rewriting history type of shit.
Yeah.
Now, I read somewhere Weiland said it was about a feeling like an insect under a magnifying glass. Okay. Robert said it was a feeling how the band was being delivered to the media. Okay. Weiland later in his book said it was about his drug habit and that he was stuck in the same situation over and over. It's about becoming a junkie, then lying to your first wife. Those three I can buy. That whole life in the fast lane shit is stupid. The song ends weird. And normally I'm like, what the fuck? It just stopped? Like, what happened? But for some reason, it works here. So simple rock song, simple riff, simple, great melody, under 3 minutes. Love it. I think the song's great. And you would think that because basically Foo Fighters are writing the same type of stuff, I would like Foo Fighters too. I hate the Foo Fighters. But there's something about Scott selling it to me versus dumbass Grohl.
Stay tuned for the Foo Fighters coming up next.
Had to take the shot at Tom for no reason.
That's okay. That's all right. It's okay. I'll take it. So, all right, are you done waxing poetic on Vaseline?
Foo is poo. They're happy.
God. Vaseline. So I like how they spell it with an O instead of an E, so they don't have to pay any kind of friggin' licensing fees to the company. I love the fade in. I think the fade in is really, really cool. The riff is just perfect. But the thing that I love about this song that makes it such an earworm, so catchy, is that weird drum beat. It's like an off. The time signature is like off. There's like an extra beat in there that just, and that combined with the riff, it's so great. Sonny, you said it perfectly. The song is under 3 minutes. It's in, it's out, business. It's perfect. And you're right. It ends as almost like they pulled the plug before the song was over. But I like it. But to me, this is one of the greats of the grunge era right here. This is an incredible riff. Great. I like the chorus. Nice. Scott Weiland just does so well on these melodic choruses. And we're only at the second song here, but Vaseline to me is just top shelf.
So Vaseline made it to number 38 and Billboard 2 to alternative, and it was number 1 mainstream rock for 2 months. He thought flies in the Vaseline was life in the fast lane. It's not even close. No way. Yeah. A couple different meanings. Sonny had mentioned them, feeling like an insect under a magnifying glass. 2, like being stuck in the same situation over and over again. And 3, it's about being a junkie. It's about lying to my first wife, Janina, and lying to the band about my heroin addiction. The beginning is the bass through a wah-wah pedal that Robert puts through. That's that beginning.
Yep.
And then that drum pattern that picks up.
Love it.
And then the riff. That fucking riff. Holy shit.
So good.
And then there's that section after one of the verses, after the think I'd be safer all alone. And then the guitar, it does that little shuffle shake thing.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Now that's a fucking earworm. The solo is cool. I think this song is a little bit, and there's a lot of, I think, influences Zeppelin throughout this album. This is very Zeppelin-like kind of little hooks and stuff in there. And I think that's what makes me attracted to the song. For me, what I love about it, like there's certain songs in the grunge era that a band can do that we love all these bands, but only one band can do this song. No other grunge bands can, I think, pull this song off the way this band pulls off. This is so original and so to STP that none of the other bands can pull this off. And that's why it works on me. I fucking love it. It is quintessential fucking Stone Temple Pilots, this whole song.
The reason no one else can pull this song off is because it's got pop and like psychedelic and like,
I say Zeppelin-ish a little.
It's got, it's too much of, for lack of a better word, it's got too much of a vibe to it. a lot of these other bands, they don't have that. It's like the rock, like Sonny said at the beginning, it's like that rock star, that Kiss element. It's catchy, it's hooky, it's melodic.
Yeah, although all the other bands had these charismatic lead singers, and they're all, to me, off the chart talented, the band's musicianship and their background, because of the bands that they like the Zeppelins and the Kisses and things like that, and their alternative mix, it allows them to be able to play this song more so than the other bands, because they do put that popish melodic stuff in there, and they're not as heavy grunge as Nirvana, who has their popish album too, just around this time earlier.
Yep.
For me, I've talked about this song a bunch of times. This is about as good as it gets for me musically. It is just a fun, awesome, kick-ass song, and it's top of the charts. It's Mount Rushmore of grunge era songs for me. Definitely.
Nice.
Not a problem. There are 3 videos for this fucking song.
Each one is fucking dumber than the other.
X, Y, and Z, like the Rush song.
No, that's YYZ.
Oh, even better. It's not like the Rush song. So every video has almost the same elements. It's just cut differently. Now, if you look at the original video that's up there and that's got like fucking 100 million views, watch that one. That is the best because it's got little clips of everything. The other one has stupid stuff. The video has got them like in Buster Keaton outfits from the 20s with a fucking crooked cane and is acting all weird. Girls hopping backwards. Fucking just stupid, like typical of the era, alternative fucking weird shit in videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like when Metallica did their videos for Load. They're like, oh, we can do Stone Temple Pilot videos. Just weird shit that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Sonny?
Nobody moves like Scott. The homie is moving like he has no bones.
Is that a positive thing?
No, but he's moving around like he has no bones in his body, almost as if how a fly would move if it was human.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, but he does that in his other videos too.
Oh, he does that live too.
Yeah.
I think it's like part
Billy Squier
and part like James Brown. Like he's got the little leg shuffle thing going on too. So I don't know where the hell he picked it up from, but I don't know if it's just like he's feeling the music through him.
Squire-ish. It's a little Squire-ish. If he went off a little much and had like a pink tank top on.
Yeah, but Scott Weiland could pull off a pink tank top. He's that kind of a rock star.
Yeah.
There are clowns, flies, the band playing.
The guy becoming human paper mache was a little weird.
That was weird. Weird.
How about one of the greatest fucking comedic scenes of the 80s when they're showing the Oktoberfest dancers?
Oh, dude, I'm thinking of just European Vacation with Chevy Chase.
Yeah, that's the last time I saw that.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this in this video right now?
Yes, that's the best.
I love it.
Then the kids and the people skipping backwards. And then the other versions are just different cuts of it. No need to get into it. If you want to see them, watch them, go ahead. But basically the same thing.
I figured that water in front of the chemical plant was probably them stuck in Vaseline. Is that what that's supposed to be?
Probably.
Isn't that the Kramer episode? Didn't Kramer get thrown into that toxic water in New York when he was swimming?
He was thrown into
he didn't get tossed in there. He went in there willingly.
Well, then no. And then the other episode, he said, "I woke up in the Hudson River in a sack."
Yeah, his girlfriend,
his girlfriend thought he died, so the girlfriend's brothers came and put him in a bag and dumped his body in the Hudson River.
But then there was another one who was swimming in like the fucking chemical water or something.
Yeah,
I love it.
I've been swimming in raw sewage.
All right, let's go to the next track.
All right, Loungefly. So at the beginning, to me, it felt like a weirder part 2 of Vaseline. The tribal drum beat, you got some weird industrial sounds on the track, maybe some percussion. It's like a chaotic and kind of quirky song at the same time. I like the acoustic breakdown in the middle. I like the end guitar solo. Kind of had that 60s old school feel. I know Paul Leary was doing that. It's one of those songs where the more you hear it, the more you like it. And somebody said, I read somewhere, all I hear is Pink Floyd's Division Bell. The Vision Bell sucks. So I don't hear that at all. Thank God. And then what I learned from the lyrics, and this is just my skewed view, you need the person you're with to be all the things for you, which also means she'll be his woman or his man, depending on what day it is and how he wants to get fucked. That's what I learned from the lyrics.
Nice. All right, I'll go with it. Yeah, Loungefly. So I think we talk about track placement a lot on ARC. I think this is perfect because they suck you in with Meat Plow and Vasoline. You're like, oh, this is core 2.0, grunge, great riffs, great choruses. And now we're going to show you STP 2.0 right now and show you how we're evolving and changing as a band. Because now we're going to go alternative. We're going to go tribal. We're going to go kind of weird. It's not grunge. But it's good. It's good. They can pull it off. The tribal beat is great. The solo at the end is great. It's got catchy parts to it. And I think that it's a song like Loungefly is what like really just elevates the band from the core album, which I still love. But this was always a song that like I remember when the album first came out, I'm kind of like, I don't want to listen to that. I want to listen to the grunge songs, but now first time I've spent a lot of time with Purple in a long time, start to finish nonstop for a month. And like Sonny said, you kind of hear Loungefly more and you're like, this song's got some cool shit, some cool stuff going on here. So yeah, I like it.
So it's interesting. A couple facts on this song. Number one, we all remember MTV News, and this is the beginning of MTV News. The beginning part of it, they took and they use it on MTV News. The other part of this is I'm shocked that you guys haven't brought up. Where was this song written?
Tell us.
Neither of you know.
No.
Paisley Park. They went and visited. Brendan O'Brien brought them there to go visit Paisley Park, and they recorded there. While there, Weiland left the building and went up all the way in there trying to find Prince. And eventually he found them and hung out with them. And
Nice.
they're like, and then they were talking about it. The story is in the box set that I have. It has some fun facts about stuff.
Okay.
So the deluxe edition, and it talks about, I think it was Dean or Robert was like, we just have this visual of Scott walking around Prince's place looking to find him, just walking around, just expecting him to be there. And he was. And he ended up hanging out and talking with him. Yeah, it was written there.
That's nice.
Again, I think 90% of these songs are about drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Something with this. And if you know, this is very Nirvana-ish, alternative-ish. Same lyrics, same chorus, repeat twice, end song. And that was a big thing back then. It's the same fucking chorus and everything else in this song. It's alternative bands are doing that at the time. In the chorus, and I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it. There's some sort of in the chorus banging.
Yep.
Banging. And I'm like, it sounds either like erasers or like a fucking tennis match when they hit it real hard. Bang, bang. It's just a unique sound. It's in the chorus every time. I don't know what the hell they're hitting.
If you look at the credits, it says percussion on Pretty Penny, and anytime they use the word percussion,
there's something there.
They're hitting something.
Anything. Yeah,
right. Exactly. It just means that they're hitting some. So it could be a bongo,
but
it could be a bell.
That's not a very calming sound. I'm telling you, it sounds like a banging of some sort that they're like, hey, let's add this in there. The other aspect of this song is and it happens a couple times in this, Bob Ezrin type breakdowns in this album, which is like, what's this doing in here?
Yep.
This is the first of the songs that do this. And I like the guitar work on this by Dean. It's a good song.
It is. The solo.
It fits the album.
Yeah.
And it's a song that's grown on me as well as I've listened to the album over the years. It's become kind of a little bit of a cult favorite for STP fans. All right, let's go to the next song.
Interstate love song. That lazy slide guitar plus the jangly guitar at the start is totally cool before it kicks in. I absolutely love the vocal melody. That waiting, dun, dun, feeling, dun, dun, like they're little earworms. And not all the grunge bands were known for putting any kind of earworms, anything, but that's an incredible fucking hook. I love that the song is written from the wife's perspective and what he thinks, she thinks of him, which that hasn't happened to a lot of music that I listen to, but when it does happen, it always seems to come out like a cool song. I remember this thing was a karaoke staple. Dude, I guarantee there are memories or audio or video of me doing this shit in the car, fucking foobar, singing at the top of my lungs. I'm sure of it because it's a catchy fucking song, right? If all the songs from the 90s were like this, I'd have been 100% in. So I'm reading, and this guy, Steve Thomas from AllMusic, says Interstate Love Song is a concise epic as alluring as the open highway. I have absolutely no idea what that means. So here's what I'll say instead. It's not my favorite STP song. It's a perfect fucking 90s rock song. I wish everything that came out of the 90s was this because I absolutely love this song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, we've done 40 plus albums on ARC, and this Sonny just said it, and I'm just going to kind of echo it. This is a perfect song from the intro, which I love. Even just that intro, I love. The melody, the harmony, one of the all-time greatest choruses ever. A soaring, feel-good chorus. A solo. It's a little bit over 3 minutes long. It's not, it's in, it's out. It takes care of its business. It does it beautifully. It does it perfectly. It is a flawless song. I don't say that about many songs. If I've ever said that about any, when this song first came out, the very first time I heard it, it caught me. It hooked me. I'm like, this is a beautiful song. I can't get enough of it. 30 years later, I never get sick of it, whether it shows up on shuffle, whether it shows up on satellite radio, whether I hear it at a bar or something. It is a beautifully perfect, melodic, hooky song. Just, God damn it, it's awesome.
Interstate Love Song. It went to number 22 on Billboard, number 1 in U.S. mainstream. It knocked Vasoline off the charts.
How funny.
It stayed on the charts for 15 weeks. So
Imagine.
STP had the number 1 song for 17 weeks total. In 2009, VH1 said it's the 58th best hard rock song. Robert DeLeo, this is what I'm talking about. The bassist came up with this on a $25 nylon string song, and he thought he would do something like in a bossa nova type song style, and that's how it came up. They came up, and then his brother adds some acoustic, and then all of a sudden Scott Weiland takes it home and comes back with this fucking incredible melody. Mm-hmm. The lyrics are about Scott wanting his girlfriend all the time, and she would ask how he was doing. I'd lie. I say I was fine. Mm-hmm. I love the little slide in the beginning. That's where I guess the country part of this, they get claimed that this is country. Mm-hmm. The drums, and then that heavy STP song. Again, this is similar to Vaseline. It's a typical STP song. No one else, I think, could make this song work.
No one else could make this song in that era. Nobody.
Yeah. And it just feels like you got to give it extra credit because it's so unique and different. Like, is this a love song? Is this a ballad, or is this mid-tempo? You can't even describe it, but it just moves you. It works. It's a great feeling. And then when you start harmonizing on the chorus and everything, and you just love singing this, but musically, the melody, the vocals, the lyrics, just every time he sings "Leaving on a Southern Train," I get goosebumps from it.
I do too.
That's how fucking good and relevant it was to me. Now, they did do a video.
Yep.
The video is like some silent type movie beginning with this character, and because the song incorporates the word lies a lot, his nose keeps growing throughout it. The band is playing in some like roof or a loft, and that character is just doing weird shit in the background around them.
Best part of the video is Scott Weiland just looks badass in a cowboy hat, in my opinion. He can pull it off. He can pull off any look. He can wear a feather boa. He can wear a cowboy hat. He's a fucking rock
and
star.
drive in the car with the boa in the car and just everything. I think it works. In the desert, they end up being too. I think it fucking works.
Yep, it definitely works. Sonny?
No, even the pink flamingo thing works.
Yeah.
Right? The homie can pull off anything.
Yeah, he can.
Like,
He's a rock star.
They seem to be having so much fun in that video.
Yeah.
Which, you hear later that they weren't having so much fun together. But in the video, it just seems like they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this was the video. I think one of them, Robert either kisses Scott in the head or Scott kisses him in the head.
Yeah, I think that's in this video.
There's camaraderie. They were getting along great. It's too bad, All right, ready to move on.
Still Remains. All right, so now we're at a grunge love song. There ain't many of those. This is where I get the country feel. The guitar gets to sounding big as the song kind of moves along. I like the melody. Whether the song's about love or heroin, I don't know. So get this. Is Still Remains supposed to be a dead body of a loved one that's not moving? Is that Still Remains?
Or is that his love still remains?
Yeah, who knows, right?
Exactly.
The idea of following somebody that you love into the afterlife, okay, that's interesting.
Yep.
Psychedelic song, right? So, all right, we mentioned it earlier. I couldn't figure out what the song was about.
Nope.
So I listened 8 times in a row the other day. I'm like, I am reading the lyrics, and I'm going to find out what this fucking song is about.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right. We got bed, we got we live, we sleep, making love, naked feet, stabbing thorns, yellow nectarine, die, hold your breath, pick a flower, holds my hand, orange blossom breezes, sweat, a gift, drink the bathwater. What the fuck? After the 8th, I just gave up. I'm like, I don't know what this song's about.
Word salad, baby.
Yep.
It made me want to jump off the nearest bridge, so I had to listen to In Sync to bring me back to normal.
In Sync kept you from jumping off a bridge?
That's right.
Wow. Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ.
Don't give him any ideas.
Oh, it's coming, baby.
God. Still Remains. Beautiful song. The harmonies on this are incredible with the riff. I love the pace. It's slow, but it's in a major key. So it's like if Alice in Chains wrote this song, it would be like Rooster. You know what I mean? Like it's STP can pull this off because it's a harmonizing tune. When he gets to the part of the song where he says, "Oh, I beg for you," the way his vocals rise with the guitar, it's a beautiful song. But my only little complaint, and I don't know if it's because there's that big pause, like maybe 2/3 of the way through, I'm like, the song should have ended right there, and it doesn't. It continues. So there's it almost like it feels like a little too long. But I think it's a beautiful song. It's very, I like the pace, and of course, Weiland sounds great.
Yeah, Still Remains. And although, you can say that, Tom, it's still 3 minutes and 33 seconds, thankfully.
Exactly. Right.
So there's two songs that are over 5 minutes on this album, barely over 5 minutes until the end, if you want to combine the other thing. But this album is, songs are in and out, unlike a lot of the songs from this era. So that's pretty good. I think the vocals make this song. This is not an easy song to sing. It's pretty cool. I like the moody, almost melancholy type mood that it becomes. The drums are cool. Again, Zeppish, I feel I get a little bit from this. The lyrics, Sonny, I said the same thing. Pick a song and sing a yellow nectarine. Huh? I know what a song is and sing means. I know what yellow is. I know what nectarine is. What the fuck does that mean combined? I don't know. I have no idea.
I like sipping orange something blossoms. It reminds me of the Seinfeld episode when they're drinking champagne coolies.
So I wonder if what he's doing, because Phil Collins used to say that when he was writing music, he would mush mouth words.
Yes.
That's where Sussudio came from. Like Sussudio, it just fit and he couldn't figure out something better. So he just went with it. So I wonder if it's him kind of mush mouthing as his stuff's getting written, and it's like, you know what? This is just stream of consciousness, what's coming into the head, and I'm going to just put it down.
Yeah. But again, I love this for what this is. I take it for what it's worth. I mean, this is not a hard rock type song. Still remains, read these lyrics. This is not Lick It Up or Living on a Prayer. Like, you know exactly the story on Living on a Prayer. So
yes, you do.
Yeah, this is just take it for what it is, right? Okay, let's go to the last song on side one.
Pretty Penny. Okay, so this song to me shows the versatility, the variety. You got the Indian sounding drums, acoustic guitars, you got coins in there, you got keys in there, you got tambourines in there. Like it's a mix of all kinds of things. Stripped down, little bit folk rock, little bit psychedelic pop, enhanced by production. You got this weird tuning, the vocals are almost off. That's almost endearing. Did Penny leave? Did she die? We don't really know. So it was weird. I hadn't heard this album from start to finish in a while. I'm listening the other day and I'm like, I didn't completely hate this song. I didn't completely love this song. It's like too weird to hate and it's too weird to love. Now, I can tell you that all this shit about their Pearl Jam, blah, 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 Eddie Vedder bullshit, I fucking hate Pearl Jam. If it wasn't for Scott, I wouldn't have even paid attention to this song. It's Scott that's keeping me interested. Mm-hmm. Eddie would have never kept me interested in this. So there's something about, and you guys are the experts on all this kind of music, and you're right. I don't know if there's other grunge bands that could have done what this is doing.
No.
But I think this is a kind of versatility that Slash saw, and this is why he ended up in Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver, yeah.
And not the guy from Buck Cherry, right? That they were looking at anyway. Right?
Yep. Yeah, this is the first song on the album where I'm like, it's just not doing it for me. It's a little too experimental. It's a little too alt. It's a little too kind of left turn for me. Sonny, you said it, Weiland keeps it interesting for me. According to him, he said the song was his last desperate attempt to prove to himself that he's not a drug addict, which obviously, sadly, proved to be false because we all know how he passed away. But, I'll give him credit for, what they're trying to do. It just doesn't work for me. It's, we say this a lot about some of the bands that we talk about on ARC. This is just not what I want to hear from Stone Temple Pilots. So this one doesn't do it for me.
All right. So Pretty Penny, this actually made it to number 12 on the mainstream charts.
Wow.
It was like a promotional single. This is what I love about Stone Temple Pilots, that they can pull this off. It's very different than most, and especially of that era. It's like an Indian acoustic Zeppelin type tune. And I love it. It's like a haunting melody. He keeps talking about Penny and all that other stuff. And I think it works. I think Scott can pull this off. And as he said, I think people will either love this or hate it.
Yeah.
He said,
I don't hate it. I just don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I just like that gone in the waking morning, gone. And you find it in the evening, gone. This is what you would call alternative music.
Yes, it's not grudge. It's not grudge music.
Yeah, and I mean, but again, if you think about the era, they do a lot of acoustic songs, and they just did, and this is they just did Dancing Days, not long.
Yeah, but I don't think the acoustic is the problem. The problem with me is the percussion and the drums, that tribal rhythmic beat.
Well, that's what they did to Dancing Days. They stripped it down and gave it that little percussion.
Right.
Stuff.
But Dancing Days is a Zeppelin song. So
that's why I get the Zeppelin feeling from this a little bit. But anyways, it's either hit or miss. I like it. I think it fits the mood of the album. But again, it's not one of those, fuck, dude, I want to crank something. Where's Pretty Penny? But if this album is playing, it's just playing, it continues. So let's turn the album over. Let's go to side 2. In the next track.
Silver Gun Superman. So I did not know a silver gun was a heroin-loaded syringe. Thank you very much.
Yes.
You do now.
Yeah. Supposedly the song might be about a jealous friend backstabbing him. Maybe. Musically, the riff has a little evil to it. It's sinister sounding. But then it also has like the psychedelic feel. So it's got that Zeppelin heavy. For me, Scott's voice, the vocal tone, the nuances really connected to me. This song's really more hard rock than grunge to me. The guitar solo at the end that gets loud, I kind of love that. But that weird end, that breakdown at the end, it was like they're jamming the garage, and Mom calls out, says, "Ice cream and cookies, turn that shit off and come inside," and they just like one at a time, like unplug. It's just so weird, depending on how bad you want the ice cream or whatever. I also thought, you hear, especially singers, they're the ones that usually say it the most because of the lyrics and what they're singing about, that they say, the art is how they kind of deal with what they're dealing with in life, right? And playing live and being on the road kind of puts them in the place they want to be. The grunge guys, it seemed like they were singing about what they were going through, but they didn't actually get through what they were going through. Like they were almost like they were becoming more of what they were singing about. So odd.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah.
This song is just incredible because this is the little touches and nuances that Stone Temple Pilots adds to these songs. When you hear this riff, this is like Alice in Chains or whatever. It's heavy, it's sludgy, it's aggressive, it's distorted, but it's got melody and harmony because of Scott Weiland and the rest of the band. They add something to it. The chorus is incredibly melodic. And it switches gears so amazingly from the verses. I mean, when he says, "You towed the line and I know it was mine," like his vocal tone and what the band is doing in the background, and then they bring you back into that da 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 da. It's an incredible heavy song. The solo is awesome, the outro solo. And Sonny, the ending of the song, if you listen to it, I'm listening to this in headphones. I think there's two songs being faded in and out. I don't think, because you can still hear some of Silver Gun Superman, but then all of a sudden you'll start to hear a completely independent, separate drum beat. And then it's like two songs just like crashed head on. Like, so it's almost like there was another song going on and then the producer like faded it into Silver Gun Superman. It's weird. Either way, the ending is it's jarring. It's weird. But this song kicks ass. What a fucking great title, Silver Gun Superman. Awesome tune.
Yeah, Silver Gun Superman. I the first thing I put is heavy. It's AIC like, core like, and he's got another Kurt similarity here. And if you read the lyrics, it's right, WRITE, a wave, and ride, RIDE, a lie.
Yep.
And that's a takeoff. I don't know if it's a tip of the hat or what, to Nirvana's Breed, where you can plant a house, you can build a tree.
Yep.
And it's just a backwards analogy that he's using. And I always think, "You told a lie." That's what I used to always think he's saying.
That's what I did too, yeah.
"You told a line?"
Yep.
Oh, that's it. And he's got the Ezrin bridge in there again. The fucking drums on this are awesome.
So heavy.
So fucking cool. Especially right before "You told the line," where he just fucking hits them hard. I love the outro work by Dean. And then you hear at the end, did you guys catch, if you listen to it closely, they laugh.
Yep.
And at the end, he goes, "Oh God."
Yes, you can hear that at the very...
almost like Sonny's right, that they're like, "All right, fuck it, we got to go. All right, finish up." And he puts his guitar down and drumming still happening to something else. "Oh, we got to go." All right.
Yeah.
He just stops there. It's another heroin song or another song about betrayal. You're right. It's someone else's jealousy and things like that. But Silver Gun Superman has always been a favorite deep cut from STP of mine. Love it. Next.
So we get to Big Empty and Time to Take Her Home. the 90s power ballad, in my opinion. As Tommy said earlier, song was on the Crow soundtrack. Crow soundtrack went triple platinum. Great movie, by the way. They're rebooting it, I heard, by the way.
God damn it, don't do it.
Yeah, they are.
I know.
Movie was number one. Album was number one. I mean, that couldn't have hurt the pocketbook any. The rest of that album, I don't think is all that great. So if it ends up being ARC, that's going to be a problem. Anyway,
the rest of the album is weird. There's some really left turn alternative shit, but there's some cool
really
stuff on there.
Stuff in there.
Yeah.
Slide guitar, bluesy riff. Scott really shows his dynamics by almost in the verses sounding like he's almost scared, and then that huge chorus that comes. He got this horror movie quality kind of song to it where there's like almost an uneasy, creepy feeling like something really wrong is about to happen, especially the bridge. And then like the guitar was getting like louder and louder and louder and louder and like it was getting closer and closer to the mic, which was cool. The lyrics, I don't know if you caught this, but too much walking, shoes worn thin. Too much tripping, my soul's worn thin. Like the shoes soles?
Exactly. I love that. I love that. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That's
great.
Done well.
Yep.
I just think it's, this is how I would have wanted any 90s ballad by these grunge guys to kind of sound like. Mm-hmm. And finally, I'll say I've been divorced. I'm happily married to my beautiful wife. And every conversation fucking kills. That's just how it is.
It's a great line. I know. It's a great lyric.
Yeah.
So Big Empty, I heard it the first time when the Crow soundtrack was released. Absolutely loved the soundtrack. And my head split open when I first heard this song because I loved Core. And I was like, holy shit. Like, what is happening right now? Purple comes out. I was thrilled to see it added to Purple. I mentioned Interstate Love Song as like a perfect song. Like just a perfect song. Big Empty to me, it's amazing that one album to me can have two perfect songs. Two of the greatest songs of the entire generation are Interstate Love Song and Big Empty. One of the most
Kitty and Hard as a Rock.
Also, yes, thank you. Yes. Of the 80s. Yes, you're right. One of the most beautiful choruses, but I think the thing that makes this chorus so powerful and so striking is how quiet and peaceful and thoughtful the verses are. And then as you hear the drums and the buildup and then the crashing of the drums in the band, and then Scott, I get goosebumps like talking about it, as his voice just rises in the chorus. The song is just, it's just so good. Two songs on one album that I just adore and could never get sick of. And my God, the Big Empty is just, so damn good.
All right. The Big Empty, it went to number 50 on Billboard, 3 on mainstream, and 7 on alternative.
Mm-hmm.
So they filmed MTV Unplugged November 7th, 1993. This is 7 months before Purple, and then they performed it then.
Yep.
And they talked about it, that it's going to be on our next album. It goes on the Crow soundtrack. The Crow soundtrack went to number 1. And this was one of those things, just like Nearly Lost You ends on Sweet Oblivion, Wood, it ends
on Dirt.
Right.
Yep.
And they're like, and so I think, Tom, you were talking to us earlier about the fact that the producer was basically saying, like, all right, we have enough albums. We need to get another song. And the manager of the band, I think his name is Steve Stewart. He was like, oh, you're putting this on. They're like, we already have it. People already know it. So then they're like, no, you're fucking putting this on the album. So they put that on the album. Of course you're going to. So it already hyped up this album. I feel this song is Plush, Creep, a continuation of that. Same type of, where it's you're listening to that chorus and the singer hitting those notes. Mm-hmm. Again, like, I feel like this song would be horrendous if any other band did this. Like, this is fucking stupid. The only reason this works is because Scott Weiland and Stone Temple Pilots. Because I shouldn't really like this song. Just even the whispering lyrics.
Love it.
I think faster in my car. Oh, I was really hurting my car today. Just that. And then all of a sudden, boom, drums hit and the chorus comes. And it's STP.
Now, here's the thing I don't understand. Here's the thing I do not understand. all these bands had official unplugged releases, except for Pearl Jam, which came out later on bootleg CD and was just recently released officially on vinyl.
Yes.
Stone Temple Pilots Unplugged was never released officially. I have a bootleg.
Can't get it on CD. I can only get it on vinyl.
There's a well-circulated vinyl bootleg that I have of their MTV Unplugged performance. Sounds amazing. It's incredible. I would love to find out why certain bands like Nirvana or Alice in Chains, why would you not release? This band is tailor-made to be unplugged. And they were, and it was awesome, but it was never released as part of their official discography, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's too bad. It's too bad because it's incredible performance.
I think the other weird thing is, why doesn't Big Empty have a video with the Crow soundtrack?
Right.
Just movie shots of the Crow.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Or the other video, we'll get to it, but it won an MTV award for best song from a movie. Like, not that that's a big deal, but again, I'm just fascinated with the fact that SDP could pull this off. Nobody else can.
Mm-hmm.
The video, there is a video of it. The video is the MTV Unplugged. So when they released MTV Unplugged on MTV, they didn't have this song in the set list.
Yep.
And then they put it in as a video for the song for The Crow. And it's him and very reminiscent. I don't know if he started because this is 93 in a rocking chair singing this song.
Yep.
Right? And that's the video, basically. The MTV shot of the Unplugged. But it's too bad that it's not out there accessible to everybody else to get the Unplugged of this. But
I agree.
Let's go to the next song. Let's do it.
Unglued, moderation is masturbation. Okay, the opening riff grabs you immediately. I love the go big or go home type lyrics. It is a nice, quick, compact song. I get the Nirvana comparison because I got this thing coming over me is very Nirvana. Even the guitar solo is kind of there. The pace is there. The riff is a little bit there. The overall feel's a little bit there. To me, it's like Nirvana and Motorhead put together. But what's interesting is I fucking hate Motorhead and I fucking can't stand Nirvana. But I did like this song. So
why do you? And it's because of Scott Weiland again.
It's got to be Scott. It has to be Scott.
Yep.
But one of my favorite renditions of this song, is December '94 on Letterman. Dude, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but they start with Christmas Time Is Here. I watched it live. Then they blow people's head off when they go into Unglued. But Scott doing the weirdo, I ain't got no bones in my body move. What the hell is going on? He's completely lit on Letterman.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a great rendition. I actually really like Unglued.
Yeah, Unglued. Again, we talk about, or I talk about track listing. This is a perfectly organized track list here because you come out from like the kind of melancholy or, the emotional Big Empty. And this is just balls to the wall guitar. The song from start to finish, it does not stop. It's a simple song. It's a simple riff. It's got a great solo. It's got a great chorus. In, out, thank you. 2.5 minutes long. Ballsy. It's awesome. One thing that's kind of weird about this, I noticed it at the very beginning of the song, the snare drum on this song sounds different. Like it sounds like it's got like a kind of a different snap to it, like a different sound that I love. But yeah, I mean, how can you not love this riff? And the fact that the song, it never slows down. It's 2.5 minutes of just pedal to the metal. Great song. Some other bands probably could have turned this into a kind of derivative type of alt rock shit. But again, we keep singing the praises of Scott Weiland, and he just, his vocal abilities, and he just turns this into something special.
The song was a promo single. It made it to number 8 mainstream, 16 alt rock. This is core. This is straightforward hard rock to me. I differ from you guys. I think this is about, I like the song. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's not very different because it's almost straightforward hard rock.
Yeah.
It's not very Stone Temple Pilots original to them. Like I think a lot of bands could have pulled this off. Yeah, I think a lot of bands could have pulled this off. I mean, I like it. So I think that it's the song. I don't really think it's just Scott, because I think other bands could have pulled this off because it's a fun song. The riff is fucking awesome. And then I was going to tell this Stonehill story. Brother Mike's, we're hanging out. Dave Esteban is shoving us meatballs and some chicken wings. Hey, Zeus, you want some chicken wings? This poor bastard. He was a nice kid. He was a strong kid, too. Muscles and stuff. But he had the worst lisp. And he would go, hey, Zeus, you want some meatballs? They would have, what did they have? Meatballs? And what else did they serve at Brother Mike's? Do you remember? I know they had like wings. Didn't they have?
Wasn't like hot dogs or something?
Yeah. I think the place had one fucking pool table.
Yeah, and it was like Frank Costanza's pool table. You had to use like a fucking like a little friggin' like a Bic pen, like to fucking, you had to use the maestro's conductor thing. And one foosball table.
Yep.
And then just some tables. That was the only bar on campus.
Yeah. Well, they actually had the basketball thing too.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, that was over by the fire exit.
But the reason I'm bringing it up is because we were there one night at Brother Mike's, and I heard dinner. There were some local Stonehill kids playing Unglued. I'm like, dude, why do I know this song? And then I thought of Lynchy. Who the fuck is killing this song? And they were playing of all songs Unglued, and it just stuck with me. But this song was also the last song that Scott played before he died on his bus.
I know. Imagine.
Fun, good song. Love it. Let's go to the next track, please.
Army Ants. So, like I said, I hadn't heard this album in a while, front to back. And I was playing it on shuffle the other day. And the first 2 seconds popped in, and I'm like, for some reason, I'm like, what the hell? Because I thought it changed songs. Because for some reason, that first 2 seconds makes me feel like Wrapped Around Your Finger Police.
Yeah.
Right? It's got that same kind of start to it.
Yep.
I kind of like it's a quick intro, and then it kind of goes into that fast pace. I'm not sure I love the fast pace, though. It's that punk feel. It has a good guitar solo. I think it's actually one of the better guitar solos. Fits the song perfectly. I think I was looking for kind of like this big type ending at the song instead of kind of fading away. I don't know. I didn't super enjoy this song. I just, when it gets too fast, I kind of lose interest.
Okay. Yeah, so the beginning is interesting, and I like there's like a little bit of a silent little pause. And the song just rips, the drums and the riff. It's just constant. I absolutely love the tempo and the pace of this and the drums. But the only little problem I have with this is when the lyrics start, when he starts saying, you don't look, but you kick me, you shan't feel, but you can't deal with the way I pray. I hate how the drums are kind of all over the place. Like it loses its rhythm for like 10, 15 seconds, and then it gets back on track with the regular pace of the song. And then I love his melody as he's singing the chorus. And then it kind of slows down. Great solo for the outro. This is a song I really didn't pay a lot of attention to when the album came out because I'm like, this is kind of weird. I want to go back to, Vasoline and those songs. But Army Ants rips. This is a really, really cool tune.
So Army Ants, that trippy beginning, I like it. It's kind of weird, but what it reminds me of is, REM's Hair Shirt. I don't know if you guys know the Green album. You might know it, Tom. But
a little bit,
that ding, 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 like that, whatever little opening trippy thing. And then it fucking kicks. Awesome shit. I love it. And it's a straight ahead rocker, very chorish with that trippy kind of alt part in the beginning of it. So, I like the lyric, fall in those single file lines. Like those, like Army Ants.
Yep.
Oh, it's so fucking cool.
It's amazing.
The drums before the solo are badass. Again, yes. Every once in a while, when you re-listen to an album, you start getting into it. Eric Kretz is just so underrated as a drummer. Fucking fantastic job on this. I like the song. Although this and Still Remains always used to throw me off. Like if I didn't know where I was on the track and this song started and Still Remains, I'd be like, shit, which one is this again? and I know this album inside out. It's just, but it reminds me of a mood. You put this album on and you just like everything. And it seems like every song fits perfectly on this album. Like you said about order of the songs. All right, guys, let's go to the last track.
Okay, so kitchenware and candy bars sell me down the river. Okay, well, I like the finger picking. I like the orchestration. It shows the great voice Scott has, and in the end, Scott can really sell the pain. What a great, fuzzy, dirty guitar solo. I don't know who the fuck named the song. That was just dumb. Now, what's interesting is I read some sort of story that said it was another stab me in the back type song. Then I read somewhere that it might have been about an abortion that Scott's girlfriend had. And the lyrics do go, what I wanted is what we wanted is what she wanted.
Yep.
So that would make sense on the abortion story if that part's true. So then you get 30 seconds of nothing. And that's dangerous because I owned this CD for 5 years before I knew there was another song.
Yep.
I had no idea. 30 seconds is too goddamn long.
I agree.
Right? But whatever. So then you get to the elevator music, hope you enjoyed them, lounge song. It's funny, it's cheesy, and I think it's a great idea. I think this shows we ain't taking ourselves too seriously. I love the My Second Album song more than I love Kitchenware and Candy Bars.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You just fucked up my rankings because we're not ranking this last song.
Well,
I love
first. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sonny.
Hey, Kitchenware, love My Second Album.
All right, this song loses points automatically because it's the stupidest fucking song title in since we've done ARC. Settle down, alternative guy. Kitchenware and candy bars. Ooh, it's so mysterioso. I like it. It's a good song. I think it adds itself to the list of epic album closers we talk about all the time. This is not of that tier. I think it goes on a little too long, and I don't think it gets to its point that I'd like to see it get to fast enough. But I like it. It's a good song. I'm glad it's at the end, so I don't have to skip it. But I do like it. But it is a little ponderous at times. And like Sonny said, the hidden track I think is hilarious. It's kind of them goofing on this whole hidden track bullshit that bands were doing in the 90s. It's funny. It's silly, it's stupid, but it's funny. Like you said, it's tongue in cheek. It's STP saying, hey, we got a sense of humor. We're funny guys, kind of. But the song itself, Kitchenware and Candy Bars, it's okay.
So Kitchenware and Candy Bars, again, it's another, I would say Nirvana, Something in the Way. It sounds just like it. A nice little moody, kind of melancholy, kind of haunting song at the end that kind of plods along, and then it gets to the chorus. I like it. Yeah, again, it fits the song. I mean, it fits the album.
Yeah.
Again, not the, hey guys, come on over my house and you crank this up. But if you're playing I was just going to say, like if you're playing Madden in a tournament and you got Purple playing in the background, you don't skip this and get up and turn this off. You leave it on. Because that's what I think about with a lot of these Nirvana, Grunge, Pearl Jam, AIC albums. We would play the whole album.
The whole album.
In our dorm room playing like Madden and sitting there going nonstop battling, and this song is in the background, right?
Yep. Absolutely,
I like the thing. The lyrics are kind of, I don't know. But again, it works. Is Poison going to end their album with this? No. This is a whole new type of music, whole new type of culture. They're changed everything up. The game has changed. Along with it comes the foolishness at the end where, hey, let's get this lounge singer named Richard Peterson to sing a song about 12 gracious melodies worth listening. Hope you enjoyed it. I think it's fucking funny. And that's great that they do something stupid like this. Now, we were just off the air, 10-minute conversation, whether we separate the tracks, whether we rank this track or not. But we decided to keep this together. So this is all track 11. Now, this is Purple. So I'll wrap up by saying it is one of my favorite albums, one of my favorite grunge albums. It has two of my favorite songs of all time. There's nothing on here that I do not like. I've always loved this album. It's very sentimental. And when anybody says STP, my mind immediately goes to Purple. Immediately. It's one of those things that I have this, I don't know, moving feeling, this emotional sentimentality about it. And it's the same as I have about REM's Automatic for the People. It's the same I would probably have for Nirvana's Nevermind. The same I would have for probably Pearl Jam's 10. It's just albums that I had the best time of my life with my best of friends, and can't take away those memories. And these songs really were the soundtrack of the best times of my life. And this was definitely one of them.
Sonny.
How dare you mention 10 and Nevermind with this? That stuff is shit.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Scott can definitely write some deep lyrics. These guys as a band are great songwriters. I mean, you got heroin, you got love, you got sex, you got marriage, you got death. I mean, you got all the feelings that you would want. I would tell you Stone Temple Pilots is one of the three grunge bands that I can handle. They were one of the three grunge bands I listened to because those three grunge bands were the closest to rock for me. The whole Pearl Jam ripoff thing, fuck you, whatever. I can't stand Pearl Jam, and STP is one of my top 100 bands of all time. So I don't understand where I guess I don't listen to enough Pearl Jam, thank God, to figure out what the same is. But I really like the album. I don't think the album's perfect, and I don't go to it a ton. But the songs that are great, and the songs that are not so great aren't that bad.
Yeah, this is like the soundtrack to my senior year in college. I mean, it came out the summer as we're preparing for our senior year. I mean, I know the album inside and out. First time in a long time. I've spent an extended period of time. I say this all the time. We do ARC. I love either discovering a new album or going back to an album that I had previously beaten into the ground. So spending a month with this album that I love and just revisiting songs that I haven't heard in a while because they were just part of my brain already. The great songs are great. Sonny, you said it. And the songs that aren't great are still good. And it's just an iconic, legendary snapshot album for me. And I'm psyched that Zeus picked it. I knew we were going to get to it. And I'm glad we got to it now.
The one thing I would add is they, like Alice in Chains, continue to put out albums, and they're good, very good.
Without
As I
Weiland,
said, the band itself, the music they put out is fantastic. It's kind of similar. Their guy that they got now, a little bit looks like Scott, sounds like Scott. His name is Jeff Gutt. Very good. During COVID, they did a live stream of just Purple. I purchased it and watched them perform in a studio. They did the whole album. Fucking incredible.
Yep.
Incredible. They even had the sunglasses on, short hair. You look like a little young Graham Bonnet, but it works. They still can do good songs. Their last album they just put out was very good. And they had, Chester Bennington for one minor EP that they did.
That's cool. Yes.
Which was very good as well. Yep. And they don't get that much credit, but they do put out some good albums. I think Peridia, it came out in 2020. It's got a fucking couple really good songs. A lot of good acoustics. Listen to Fare Thee Well, the first song off that album. Fucking incredible. And but they did stupid shit. Like they did Stone Temple Pilots self-titled in 2010. And then they got Jeff Gutt. They did Stone Temple Pilots 2018 self-titled. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's
you
stupid.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah.
So anyways, they still put out good music. You should listen to them. Give them a try. I bet you guys will like it. What we do next, though, guys, is we go to the tracks.
So my number 11, Pretty Penny.
That is also my number 11.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
My number 11 is Army Ants.
Okay.
Which is my number 10.
My number 10 is Kitchenware and Candy Bars.
That's my number 10.
Okay.
And that's my number 9.
My number 9 is Still Remains.
Yeah, that's my number 9 as well.
Okay.
My number 8 is Silver Gun Superman.
Ooh. My number 8 is Loungefly.
Number 8 for me is Pretty Penny.
Number 7 for me is Still Remains.
Number 7 for me is Army Ants.
Number 7 for me is Loungefly.
Number 6 for me is Meat Plow.
Number 6 for me is Unglued.
Number 6 for me is Meat Plow.
Number 5 for me is Loungefly.
Number 5 for me is Meat Plow. And I'm glad I don't have to say Meat Plow anymore.
Number 5 for me is Unglued.
Number 4 for me is Big Empty.
Number 4 for me is Silver Gun Superman.
4 for me is Big Empty.
You guys are fucking brain dead, both of you, but that's okay. I love you anyways.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'll just put it gently.
Number 3 for me is Unglued.
Number 3 for me is Vaseline.
Oh, 3 for me, Silver Gun Superman. Song fucking kicks.
Number 2 for me is Vaseline.
Number 2 for me is Interstate Love Song.
2 for me is Interstate Love Song.
So that makes my number 1 Interstate. That makes Tommy's number 1 Big Empty.
And
that makes Zeus's number 1 Vaseline.
Which is perfect because those are the 3 best songs on the album, in my opinion. That's my 1, 2, and 3.
Silver Gun.
Yep.
All right, so top 4, we got collectively Unglued was number 4. Big Empty was number 3. Vaseline 2. Interstate Love Song 1.
Perfect.
Good God, is there a bad song in those 4? I don't think
Seriously.
we've ever agreed on like songs like that.
Unglued is going to get killed. Interstate's going to win this by a landslide.
I don't know about that. Big Empty and
I don't know.
Vaseline. Those are 3 huge hits.
Yeah.
But you get the
The casuals. Yeah.
the casuals
The
only know Interstate.
SDP tards? Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. So now we go to the album review crew major list here, and we review the album cover rankings. Tom, you want to give us your top 5?
Yep, my top 5 album covers right now: 5 Highway to Hell, 4 Moving Pictures, 3 Rage Against the Machine, 2 Blizzard of Oz, and 1 Purple Rain. I said at the beginning of this episode, this cover is stupid. I don't like it, but it's not the worst because I do like the artwork a little bit. I think the little dragon is kind of okay, but it's just dumb, just dumb. Is it worse than Semen and Blood? Is it worse than Billy Squire's Feet? Is it worse than The More You Know by Rainbow? Maybe this album cover isn't that bad now that I'm looking at all the horrible album covers we had. Is it worse than Bon Jovi's Hickory Nuts?
Or Cinderella's Shooter.
I'm going to put this this is going to be 32. It's going to go below, not literally, but it's going to go below Bon Jovi's Hickory Nuts.
All right. 32 for you. Okay.
Yep.
Sonny.
All right, so my top 5 right now are Moving Pictures. 4 is Rage Against the Machine. 3 is Come and Get It. 2 is Slide It In. 1 is Peace of Mind. I don't actually think this album covers that bad, so I actually have it below Highway to Hell, above Slave to Grind at number 15.
Okay. 15. Wow. That's pretty high. All right. So for me, I had Slide It In, number 5. Peace of Mind, number 4. Appetite 3, Blizzard of Oz 2, Hotel California 1. To me, again, sometimes it's just because it's one of your favorite albums. So because of that, I'm going to put this ahead of Automatic for the People. Actually, I'm going to put it above Black Tiger, although that cover is pretty cool. I'm going to put it right underneath those nice titties on Once Bitten. So in between Black Tiger and Once Bitten. So I'll put this at number 12.
12. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Now we go to albums. Tom.
Oh, boy. All right. My top 5 albums right now. Number 5, 10, 4, Rage Against the Machine. 3, Shout at the Devil. 2, Purple Rain. 1, Moving Pictures. This is a struggle right now because I don't know if it's going to go above or below this because it's completely 2 different genres. But I got to go with my gut. I love Purple, but I like Mechanical Resonance a little bit better. So Purple is going to squeeze in at number 7, right above Operation Mindcrime and right below Tesla Mechanical Resonance.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's high.
Yeah. Oh, I love this album. Great album. Yep.
Sonny.
All right, so top 5 for me right now. 5 is Appetite. 4, Slide It In. 3, Hailstorm. 2, Purple Rain. 1, Black Tiger. We have 41 albums, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so this one's going to be number 41.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh, my God. I was like, wait, you spent like 2 hours saying how much you love the album.
No, like I said, the album, the good songs are great. The songs I don't like that much aren't that bad. So I kind of got it somewhat in the middle of the list. So I have it below OU812, but above Shout at the Devil. So I've got it at number 23.
You have this above Shout at the Devil?
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
How
Okay.
do you have OU812 above Shout at the Devil?
Because,
Jesus.
dude, there's some amazing songs on OU812.
There are?
Are they bonus tracks on the deluxe edition that we don't have?
You're talking about Sucker and a 3-piece. Okay.
And that ain't it. Oh, man.
All right, Zeus, are we gonna ring the bell this month?
Ah, all right.
We haven't rung the bell in a long time here.
Number 5, Appetite. 3, Pyromania. 4, Pyromania. 3, Blizzard of Oz. 2, Hotel California. 1, Automatic for the People. I think I got fucking drunk on Automatic for the People because I still thinking Hotel California is better. But, and that's the problem I'm having right now. I'm having second guesses that I should have Hotel California above Automatic.
Dude, we talk about this all the time. We should have an episode where we can re-rank some of these things.
Yeah. I'm going to put Purple number 1.
Yes, ring the bell, baby.
Yeah. Woohoo! Because I do like it a little bit better than Automatic for the People.
Nice.
Because the worst songs on Purple are much better than the worst songs on Automatic. But the songs on Automatic for the People that I really love just stick out. And they're both mood albums for me.
Yes. I always get excited when we get a new number 1.
Yeah. So I'm going to put Purple number 1. And this is not my favorite album. So this won't always remain here.
Yeah. Nice. Excellent.
Wow. So that means we're on to this. Tom, what makes you rock hard?
Well, this movie doesn't make me rock hard. I like it. If this movie made me rock hard, you'd have to check me into an insane asylum. But everybody who listens to the show knows I'm a massive horror movie fan, and one of the great horror movies in recent memory that came out in the theaters not long ago just dropped on Max, formerly known as HBO Max.
Yeah.
And that is Evil Dead Rise. Holy fuck, dude. This is one of the nastiest, gnarliest, goriest, just vicious fucking movies I've ever seen. If you like the Evil Dead movies, this fits in perfectly with the storyline, the themes of the Necronomicon, the Deadites and all that. The plot is a little bit different, takes place in a high rise. It affects a single mom and her kids. And there is just some real, just brutal gore and special effects stuff that really makes you like, ugh, like, oh my God. Couple of really cool set pieces in this. If you're a horror movie fan, I highly, highly, highly recommend it, but just be warned. This is not Paranormal Activity or The Conjuring. This is a nasty fucking movie, but it's fun. Oh, and the final scene involves a wood chipper. I'll just put it to you that way.
Ooh, you nasty.
Ooh, baby, you nasty. I want a divorce.
Somebody broke wind. That's some long distance fart.
Sonny, what do you got, buddy?
All right. So this also doesn't make me rock hard because, it wouldn't be appropriate. It took 29 years for me and Nicole to agree on a band.
What?
29 years. We don't listen to the same music.
Okay.
So, although we'll tolerate, she'll tolerate some of my stuff, I'll tolerate some of her stuff. We never really got into a band that we both really liked, so much so that I went, listened to the whole discography, came up with my own greatest hits, that kind of thing. And it's Toby Mac. And I don't know if you know who Toby Mac is, but he's a Christian pop singer. He's a Christian pop singer.
Wow. Okay.
It's pop rock, basically. So Toby Mac's been around since 87. He was in DC Talk for like 13 years and then went solo on his own, has 9 studio albums. Homie sells out theaters/arenas all through the Midwest.
Okay.
And he's playing here 3 times in 4 months and will sell out each show.
Wow. Okay.
Right? But he is doing exactly what you would wish Kiss was doing. He brings people with him and introduces these new singers in Christian rock and pop along with his show, right? So it's like a comedian bringing out an opener, that kind of thing. Toby Mac does the same thing.
That's cool.
There's, it's part hip hop, part pop, part rock. There's some, dancing to it. It's all feel good music. So if you've never heard Toby Mac, I would tell you, try these 2 songs. Help Is on the Way and Everything. And I'm telling you, those 2 songs, I'm not much of a religious guy, blah, blah, blah. I don't really do any of that stuff. But those 2 songs make you feel good. And you wish Kiss was doing that for The Warning or Plush or, something like that.
I wish.
Some new bands out and do stuff.
Yeah.
This guy's having success and he's kind of spreading the success, which is great.
Nice. Cool.
So
I'll spread the success. Pay me money.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's getting money.
I've been binging Toby Mac for 4 months.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Cool.
All right. So for me, I've been binging something since our Vegas trip, Tom, and that is mob shit.
Okay.
I can't get enough of mob documentaries, movies, TV stuff, but I like the real stuff. I don't want phony stuff, except for The Godfather. I want, this is what happened when Vito Genovese did this. This is Lucky Luciano. I like the historical aspect of it. And so I try to get some. There are 2 fails and one I'm going to recommend. I watched this movie called Mob Town, which came out in 2019. All I've got to tell you is the main character is played by David Arquette.
What?
Yeah, the movie's not bad. It's not that bad.
I don't know if they were trying to be serious or not. I saw the movie. It's about the big, huge part of the mob where they had that meeting in upstate New York, Appalachian, and they all got caught because all of a sudden the local town, he started seeing all these mob rich people pulling up to this little thing, and they started getting the license plate, and they found out It's like a meeting of all the mob, the biggest mob in the world. And they all ran into the woods and they all got caught. They even talk about it in Goodfellas. It's before Appalachian. It's before Crazy Joe. He plays the cop. Chase. I'm like, good God, this is fucking horrendous. This is Reels doing a mob movie. That's how bad it was.
Reels.
Yeah. So then I went to another movie that came out, and this came out in 97. Anybody see Hoodlum?
Oh, that's terrible.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh my
God.
God.
Terrible. That's terrible.
So
is it worse than Mobsters? Remember that piece of shit?
It's about,
I didn't think that was that bad.
Oh,
it's so cheesy.
That's
well,
hokey.
I like Dutch Schultz's story.
Yeah.
Crazy fucking person. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, at one point he went on against, he might have been in your Godfather Harlem. I haven't seen that show yet. He might have been a character, Dutch Schultz, in that series, because he was the one that went up against all the Harlem rackets and stuff. And he was the Jewish gangster that wanted to kill Thomas Dewey. And he's famously got murdered with his head on the table. Dutch Schultz is awesome. So I watched it because it's got Lawrence Fishburne in it. It's got Andy Garcia playing Lucky Luciano. Holy shit. It is Mobsters Part 2, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Do not waste your time. Terrible.
So tell us the good movie.
Okay. So instead, I just did a search on my Verizon files, anything Mafia. And these documentaries came up, and it's called Mafia's Greatest Hits.
Nice.
It's got all these mob, like every episode's like 45 minutes on a different mobster. Vito Genovese, Carmine Galante, Donnie Brasco, Joe Valachi, Tony Spilatro. And there's 2 seasons of it. Each episode is like 45 minutes. And it's always got the same, like, real footage that they show, the old time footage. Yeah. And then it's got like 5 or 6 reoccurring people commenting about, oh, he was the craziest mobster of all time. He'd kill you in 2 seconds. Like, it just.
And what's it on?
I searched it on Files, and I got it free on demand. Okay. So it's out there. The series is like 10 years old, Tom.
Okay.
I think it's free on most subscriptions. It's called the Mafia's Greatest Hits. Nice. The one that I found it on that I got it free from was something called American Heroes Channel.
Yes, I have that. Yeah,
okay,
I think that's on YouTube TV. I have that. Yeah.
So that's free, and that's where I found it. American Heroes. Now, here's an episode on Joe Bonanno. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. But we're showing like war vets and heroes. Now here comes organized crime.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And, they have reenactment in it, and you kind of laugh at it and stuff. But it's nice, easy, disposable, 45 minutes on every mob. By the time you finish it, you get your kind of mob fix. And you start remembering all the old characters we would talk about. I love that stuff. If you like mob in American history, it's fun.
Nice.
Cool. Well, Tom, Sonny, I think we're on some sort of podcast. Sonny, you're on about 50. Want to tell us where we can find you?
Yeah, things are going well at Podcast Rock City. We are coming up on our 10th year.
Wow.
So it's been a long ride there. And then Grown Up Rock, we are 6 years plus. We joined Pantheon about a month ago. Yes. So that's going well. So all things are good. And this is going to release on Wednesday. So let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 3 days after this releases, I will be at quarantine in Franklin, Ohio.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
So anybody out there that's going to those concerts, make sure you look up Sonny and bring some tomatoes and start chucking them at him. And if you miss it, Jericho. All the better. Tom, what about us? Are we around somewhere?
Yes, so Shout It Out Loudcast. If this is your first time hearing us, we are primarily an all Kiss podcast, drop new episodes every Saturday, but we do the album review crew with Sonny once a month. Usually the episodes drop on the final Wednesday of each month. We try to stay on schedule. Check us out on our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com, for all of our information and our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And we're everywhere. So check us out, follow us, and go back and listen to all the other ARC episodes. These are a ton of fun. We love doing these, so these are always fun.
Yeah. We always like to end on famous last words. Sonny, you got any?
Don't have a nickel or a dollar, but you feed me. My bottle's empty, but you always refuel me. I feel I'm sinking, but you won't let me drown me. I want to fuck. But do you need me?
Of course, that's his lyric. All right. Rolling back the days. With my friend, I love to play. The little one. Superman with silver gun.
Nice. Love that song. All right. The second album, 12 Gracious Melodies.
Oh, no, you didn't.
To listen. Include this number. Keeping you company.
Oh, man. Nice.
Sonny, Tommy, Loudcasters, Kiss Army, STP Tards, everyone. Thank you.
Always a great time. Always a great hang. Oh, my God. The Patreon pick is next.
Oh, what the fuck did you bring that up for?
Guys, great time. I love these ARC episodes. Zeus, thank you for picking a nice, fun album, trip down memory lane. Everybody, brace yourself and pray for mercy because the month of July is Patreon. Sonny, Zeus, thank you, guys.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
All right, listen. Stop eating cold cuts because it's seeking. It's coming through your pores.
Oh.
All right?
Okay, will do.